Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is Donnie Giuseppe, and I'm one of the co-founders here at HITCloud AI. We're so excited that you're here today, and thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to stop and view our presentation. Now, if you're anything like us here at HITCloud AI, you hate long-winded and drawn-out presentations. That is one thing that I can promise you that this presentation will not be. If you need to, you're more than welcome to put this presentation on 2 times speed due to any time constraints you may be facing in your day-to-day. With that being said, this presentation is going to be short, sweet, and to the point, all while providing you with all the amazing features that HITCloud has to offer and how HITCloud AI is going to change the way you do business online forever, save you and your company a tremendous amount of time, overhead, and money, put a ton of money back in your bottom line, and drastically perpetuate you into a new age of marketing. But this can all only happen if you take action. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, let's take a look at some of the biggest problems we all face with digital marketing, SEO, and just simply running our own agency or company, or running your clients' campaigns. Problem number one, we all know that SEO is getting more expensive, and your clients, boss, investors, board members, etc., don't understand what it takes to rank online assets online. And in many cases, your work and what you're doing for them goes unnoticed, underappreciated, and in most cases goes without even a simple thank you. It doesn't seem to matter how much traffic, phone calls, or success you've brought for them, or even how good you are at what you're doing for them. It just never seems to be enough. Let's face it, unless you're in the trenches, they will never understand how much is constantly changing online. We all know that SEO techniques that worked yesterday may not even work tomorrow. Shoot, some techniques that worked 10 minutes ago may not work 5 minutes from now. So having a streamlined approach for your marketing campaigns, whether for your own project, for your client campaigns, or for the company that you work at, these processes need to be repeatable, scalable, and without fear of them not being effective tomorrow, next month, next year, or 10 years from now. Plain and simple, you need something you can trust to work like clockwork. Problem number two, scaling your agency or business is harder than ever due to the lack of quality employees, not having enough time in the day, or maybe the lack of funds for new projects you want to launch but can't, and later find out you missed that golden opportunity. We get it. We've all been there before, but that's all going to change today if you take action. And problem number three, and this is the big gorilla in the room. Search engines, i.e. Google, are constantly changing their algorithms, sometimes by the minute. AI is taking over everything and making our lives simpler in many cases, but in other cases, there are huge learning curves to implementing the strategies. This inevitably leads to a never-ending rabbit hole and wasted time and productivity. How many times have you sat at your desk and just wished you could just find that one epiphany that would change your life forever, or find that one thing that you could focus all your time on that would alleviate all the stress, client concerns, and constant worry of where your next client or victory was going to come from? That is all until today. So now that I've been a negative Nancy, let's just discuss a few solutions to these problems and how HITCloud AI can solve the problems we all have faced at one point or another in our businesses, or may even be facing now. Being able to circumvent the problems we previously discussed and so many more, and provide the solutions we're about to go over, amongst a ton of other ones, are some of the main reasons as to why we even created HITCloud AI in the first place, and how we know unequivocally that HITCloud will solve all these issues and more for you, your clients, the businesses you work at, or your own personal projects, because it solved all of these problems for us and a ton more. With that being said, let's discuss just a few of the main solutions that HITCloud will solve for you if you take action. Solution number one, HITCloud will finally make it possible for you to focus all your attention on gaining new clients, bringing in more revenue, and you can finally start to be more appreciated. Well, it's either that or you continue working super long hours, paying more than you have to an overhead, and taking 10 times longer to rank anything online. Solution number two, and this one is literally my favorite solution that HITCloud has done for myself personally and a lot of our team members. You can use HITCloud and free up a drastic amount of your time and resources and focus the majority of your time on your own personal projects, spending more time with friends and family, or start being forward-facing towards sales. Or you can continue to work long hours, neglect your friends and family, and risk burning yourself out, and worse, jeopardize your health. And then there's solution number three. You truly understand the power behind what HITCloud AI, Cloud Stacking, and AI content generation machine can do for you and your business. You take action and start doing 90% of what you're already doing in 10% of the time. And on top of which, adding in several advanced strategies that's going to exponentially blow up your online exposure. HITCloud isn't a fly-by-night software that was created all willy-nilly like all of these other softwares that hit the market every day. HitCloud AI was developed by some of the core group of developers who were on the forefront of development for IBM's AI Watson. Not only will you be able to streamline your processes faster than ever, but HitCloud will help you scale, and it will scale with you as you grow, so you can turn your operation into a sales generating machine. Now, before we go over all the mind-blowing features HitCloud has to offer, I want you to stop and think for just a second about how much your overhead, time and money that you or your company is currently spending monthly on your client campaigns, your own business expenses, and personal projects. Content alone carries a hefty price tag, regardless of whether you're writing it yourself, outsourcing it, having employees create it for you, or using software. Even if you're using ChatGPT, Article Forge, Word AI, or any of the other content writers out there, they aren't perfect, and you can only do one article at a time. You then have to train your team on how to come up with the perfect prompts, edit the content, do the on-page optimization, etc., etc. When we broke down what each client campaign was costing us on average over the last 5 years, it was a real eye-opener. To rank a website nowadays, you're spending a ton of money on content, the overhead in creating websites or PBNs, all your servered or shared hosting costs, or both, that you need for those money sites or PBNs you just created, all the software required to do what you do, not to mention all of the additional overhead for a plethora of other things, including employee and staff salaries, paying outsourcers, etc., etc. Outside of all that, we haven't even accounted for the most important question and price tag of all. And that question is, how much are you and your time worth? $150 an hour, $250, $500 an hour, or more? These numbers may seem a bit unrealistic to many of you right now, but when you start using HitCloud, the amount of time that you end up allocating toward your client campaigns or your own business, in addition to how much money you're going to save by being able to cut out a vast majority of your overhead and costs, you'll realize very quickly how attainable what you know you should be making is worth, and it's very attainable. According to SEMrush and Search Engine Land, a mediocre SEO specialist's average hourly rate is $150 an hour. Can you currently pay yourself that amount? What if you could cut your overhead and increase your profits by 15, 20, or even 50% or more? You could put those extra funds back into your pocket, ask for a well-deserved raise, or even throw more juice at the personal projects that you've wanted to get off the ground but needed the additional funds to throw at it. Whatever you decide to do with the extra funds, HitCloud will make it all possible. Again, it's all up to you about taking action. With HitCloud AI, you literally enter one keyword or prompt and HitCloud does the rest and creates upwards of 50 plus humanized AI pieces of content per site. It interlinks everything for extreme thematic relevance, silos it out, creates frequently asked questions, does schema markup, inserts local data, does your anchor text, etc., etc. And it does it all within just a few clicks. Now, I know you hear it all the time, new software, golden egg, one click to $1 million. No, this really is just a few clicks of the mouse, and I'm going to show you live here in just a second exactly how it works. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, HitCloud can do multi-cluster sites all at the same time for full networks of sites with multivariant LSI keywords. Now, for those of you that aren't real familiar with maybe what the word LSI means, it's just terminology that stands for latent semantic indexing and is just a fancy word that means long tail keywords. Now, you can do all of this while creating multiple sites, and HitCloud will even tier stack all of your other cloud sites to your 2.0s, citations, money sites, or any other link you want to point at them. And beyond that, HitCloud makes it very easy for you to get an unlimited amount of Google My Business listings. You heard that right. Quite literally anything you want to point these HitCloud cloud sites at. And again, it happens all at just a few clicks of the mouse. I hope you're getting super excited because I get excited every day using HitCloud, and you haven't even seen yet how simple it is to implement the whole process. You're going to save so much time and money with HitCloud. It's amazing. So let's go over just a few of the amazing features that HitCloud currently has to offer. By now, you should have a really good grasp on what HitCloud AI can do for you, your clients, and your business. But just in case you need some more, here are just a few competitive advantages. If we listed everything that HitCloud could do, we would literally be here all day. Now, competitive advantage number 1, guaranteed to replace hundreds of work hours, if not thousands, and save thousands of dollars in overhead per month. Advantage number 2, create hundreds of thematically relevant content-rich AI websites in just an afternoon and watch your rankings soar. Advantage number 3, use HitCloud to rank literally anything. There's no niches that are left off the table. And advantage number 4, dominate any niche on local, national, or even international levels. Create fully immersed authority sites, frequently asked hubs, tiered 1, 2, 3, 4 website stacks, all at the click of a button, and so much more. Now, I promised this presentation wasn't going to be a long one, so let's get straight into our feature presentation. Yeah. We have titled this HITCloud AI, The Odyssey, A New Age of Marketing, The Love Story. Yeah, that title might need some work there, huh? Maybe something more along the lines of HITCloud AI, The Odyssey, A New Age of Marketing, Total Domination. I think I'm just going to stick to my day job. So enough frivolous banter. Let's hop over to the HITCloud AI interface and go over the demo you all have been waiting for and show you truly what this bad mamma jamma is capable of and how fast you can knock out monster networks of behemoth SEO cloud sites with average DA and DRs of 80 plus, and how you can set these naughty little jammy aces up 250 times faster than how you are doing your SEO currently. And yes, this is a real calculation our genius developers ascertained. So, drum roll please. Let's do this. All right, here we go. So, welcome to the backend dashboard of HITCloud AI. Now, the first thing that you'll notice about the dashboard is it's very clean. We wanted to keep the dashboard as simple as possible to help you streamline the entire process, create these cloud sites very quickly, very easily, and get them uploaded into each respective cloud-based platform as fast as humanly possible. Now, this presentation will not be going over every facet inside the dashboard. The main purpose of this presentation is to show you how fast you can create each of the sites that you want to create and get them uploaded and live to the cloud-based platforms that you want to upload them to. Now, when you get logged into your backend dashboard of HITCloud AI, the first thing that it will send you to are your websites. Now, this page right here will showcase to you all of the pending websites that you have just created, as well as any of the sites that you have active. You'll notice on the right-hand side, there is a drop-down menu that will allow you to view the site, download it, edit it, clone it, and or delete. And then you'll notice that there is a little cloud-based icon that will allow you to upload it to the respective cloud-based site that you want to upload it to. If you want to create a new site, which we'll go over in just a second, you'll just click create website and it will send you through the process of creating a new site. Underneath the websites tab, you'll notice that there is a cloud connections tab. This will be where you connect all of your cloud-based sites. We will not be going over each of the connections in this presentation. All of those videos will be in the training area in the backend dashboard of your HITCloud AI training dashboard. We are also adding several new cloud-based platforms into the mix, so you'll have even more integrations to connect and to utilize and get uploaded. All right, so underneath Cloud Connections, you'll notice that there is a Blog Managers tab. Inside here, you'll see all of the sites that you have live on HITCloud. And on the right-hand side of the sites that you have live, you'll notice that there is another drop-down menu. If you click that, you can download a PDF. There is a lot of strategies that can be utilized with PDFs for SEO, which we'll go over in the advanced training portion of the training area for HITCloud AI. As well as right next to that, you'll notice there is a blog list button that when you click it, you can go and see all of the blog posts that are associated to each individual site that you have. If you don't have any blogs uploaded to a site or you just created it, all you have to do is come in here and click generate blog, and there will be two options. Manual, you can upload as many blog posts as you want to every single one of your cloud-based sites. The AI option, if you don't want to write anything at all you got to do is click the AI option and put in your keyword or prompt. Choose the language. If you went with one of our multilingual plans, the languages that you will want will be in this dropdown, and you just click submit. The one thing that was not gone over in the beginning of this presentation is why HITCloud AI's AI is so powerful in comparison to even ChatGPT. Now, we all know that there was a concern for a little bit with people thinking that Google didn't like AI content. And since ChatGPT has gotten such an overwhelming response and so many people creating AI content, Google openly came out and said, no, we have no problem with AI, but it's all how you use it, okay? They give very specific terms as to what they're okay with website owners using AI content for, and they never mention anything about long form content. They do, however, say it's based on how it's being used and it's on the discretion of the website owner. Now, there are several platforms on the internet now that will allow you to tell whether or not the content that you're using is AI written content. Now, if those platforms know it's AI written content, you best believe that Google does too. Now, we programmed the AI to continue to restructure that content until it is at least 80% or more recognized as human-based content, just like if somebody were to write it manually. Now, why is this important? Well, because Google recognizes it as being human. When AI content is written, it's written in a very precise manner. The biggest problem with ChatGPT and the other AI platforms out there is they're not perfect. They write it in a very specific way that is very easy for a computer to recognize that it is AI content. And the majority of the time, a lot of the content that it brings back isn't 100% factual. And Google knows this. This also goes against Google's terms of service and algorithm updates back in the day when they launched YMYL, or Your Money, Your Life. Now, underneath the blog manager, you'll notice that there is an integration for Spin Rewriter. We inserted this so you have the availability if you ever want to come back in after a site is uploaded, and or you don't want to do one-off submissions of your cloud-based sites, which I'll show you what that is and how you can submit multiple sites at the same time to create full tiers of websites in a single go. This allows you to insert a piece of content from a third-party source or directly from a previous website that you've created inside HITCloud that may have a similar topic that you want to go with. Take that piece of content, click Spin Rewriter or Regenerate, and Spin Rewriter will bring back spin tags for you to ensure that the homepage of every single one of your cloud-based sites are 100% unique and new to that specific cloud-based site. All right, so let's launch our first website. I'm going to be timing this so that you can see exactly how fast you can blow through getting one of these sites up and rolling. And then from there, you'll be able to see the process as well as how fast we can do this. So let's get started, and I'm going to start it right now. All right, so let's create a website. And once you get in here, you'll notice that you have two templates to choose from. You can choose either one, does not matter. However you want it to look, you just click select. And then down here, this is where you would change the background color of the header and the font. Let's make this one aqua looking. And then you're going to click next. On the site settings tab, this is where you're going to insert your keyword or prompt. Now, for this example, this is a San Diego roofer. So we're just going to type in roofers in San Diego or roofers San Diego CA. All right. Number of pages, obviously we want 50. And the drop-down menu, how do I want it written? If you have a multilingual plan with HITCloud AI, this is where you would choose the language that you would want the content written in. The website content sample is based on if you want to download what it will look like from the keyword to see if you need to change the keyword. And this is where the beauty behind the multi-variation builds come into play. If you click add a variation, you can create 8 cloud sites at a time. Each one of them will have very unique content. You can put the name of the site and the target URL. This is where I am going to put California roofing news, and then my target URL. There are several things that you can do with this based on how you want to tier out your site or what tier it is being used for. If it's being used for like a tier 2 or 3, you could put a URL to your tier 1 cloud site. You can also, when you add a variation, put 8 sites and have it 8 tiers deep if you want. Usually you want to create, all of your tier 1s in conjunction to your tier 2s. When your tier 1s are done, you would then come in and grab the links for all of your tier 1s, create a tier 2, create 8 more sites, and then point each of these tiers to your tier 1s. And you could do that literally in 30 minutes and create 16 sites real quick. So I'm going to put the URL to the site that we're going to be creating, and we'll show you in the training how to grab these. In the silo settings, you can click what silo setting that you want to go with, which we'll go over in the training as well. We'll go with that one. That's fine. Now, you always want to obviously include the sitemap, the XML sitemap, include privacy policy, display interlinking of all pages on the home page. If you want it to be no follow, you can. This is indicative of this link. I usually don't do this because if I'm going to be kicking out sites, I definitely want it to pass the juice, right? You can do this if you don't want this link to pass juice and you want to do it manually, which I'll show you in just a second. You can do that, but it's usually not the tactic that most go with. It really just all depends on how you're using these links for your SEO. So I don't usually make either one of these no follow, and we'll click next. Now, what the software is doing is it's going out and it is creating the content. Now, I am going to pause this presentation. I'm going to leave this running and we will be right back. All right. So we are about 15 minutes into it creating the content and it kicked out 50 pages of content. I don't know anywhere that you can go and create 50 pages of humanized AI content in 15 minutes. It's just not possible. Now, you'll notice that inside the dashboard, you can go through every piece of content. If you want to put any additional anchor text in here, you're more than welcome to do that, as well as if you need to do any embeds or any advanced strategy, that also can be done in this dashboard as well. But there isn't a whole lot that you need to do unless you want to do some advanced linking. You can always utilize each of the cloud-based sites to come back into and do niche edits as well, sell links. There's all kinds of things that you can do with this platform. We will be going over in the advanced training as well. So once the content is kicked out, all we have to do is scroll all the way down and click next. Now, the next page will be going over our homepage settings. So we'll want to create our homepage title, which we will make, let's call it San Diego Roofing News. Okay. Do you want to link it with a target URL? Now, what it's asking in that initial site settings setup, when we put the cloud-based link, this would be if you want the homepage to link to that specific page or specific site. Again, there's advanced training on this inside the HITCloud AI training area. It's completely up to you on how you're doing your SEO and your linking strategy. Subtitle here, we can do best roofers roofing tips for homeowners in California. How about that? The read more URL is always going to be the URL that you can put in here. We usually put the blog itself. So this would be always /blog /index.html. Now, this was the portion that I was referencing previously in regards to if you want to have the content be in spin tax or if you just want it to be in unique variation. You really only need this feature if you're doing a multi-build or a multi-tier build. There really is no point in utilizing spin tax or having Spin Rewriter create a unique variation of what you put in here unless you're doing multi-builds. So I already have a piece of content that I have ready to go, and we will utilize that. And actually, in fact, I'm just going to, for the sake of this demo, I'm going to take a piece of content that was already written and put that in here. And there we go. And we're going to click next. All right. So the meta title in and of itself, these are the titles of each of your pages. You never want to touch these or delete anything out of here because it will completely negate and ruin the silo structure. You have your meta description in most cases, unless you wanted to say something very specific. We just usually grab like the first couple of paragraphs and let Google choose what it wants from the content that we inserted. So I'm going to do that and go back and insert that in here. And then down here is where you would insert your Google Tag Manager, analytics, Facebook, pixel code, all that good stuff, a logo. And I have one that I have ready to go. So there's my logo, and I'm going to click next. All right, in here, this is where you create your schema markup. Do you want the menu item links and contact us no follow? I don't ever do that unless I am linking to a money site page and I'm using the build as a different tier. If you are already putting the anchor text inside your homepage description to a money site, I would highly suggest making these no follow, which is usually the best strategy if you want a direct link to the money site for the most amount of juice. And then here, if you want to attach a local business for that thematic relevance and schema markup, you choose the schema markup just like you would if you went to schema.org or any of the schema builders that you potentially use. So we're going to do roofing contractor. The company name I'm going to grab from what I already have ready to go, and I'll put that in there. And then an email address, roofingcontractors@gmail.com. We're going to put the phone number from this company. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to put the address. I'm going to grab the full address so I can just copy and paste that. City and state abbreviation and the zip code. There we go. Let's remove this. And then the company website we'll grab right here. We're going to grab the contact page for that website, the Google My Business URL with the CID link. If they have a Google website, business website that was created for them, or you created one for them, that's where you'd insert there. And you're just going to click next. And then you're going to want to put just the video ID in there. And then you're going to want to grab the Maps URL. It gives you the example here. If you know how to get Twitter Moments, you can put that, your Twitter Moments ID in there. And then you're just going to want to fill out the additional information for the client. If it is a generic build, you obviously don't have to do any of these. None of these settings, unless it has one of those asterisks next to it, is going to be mandatory. So I am just putting these in here as though this was a local build. I never make these no follow because, again, they're predominantly social media properties. Here in this section, you can add additional links if you have them. And then in this last section, you will put the information for the footer, the map embed, all that good stuff. Okay. And then once you click submit, it's going to say, do you want to preview the website? I always preview the website just to make sure everything looks appropriate. And there she is. We got our logo. We got our menu with all of our content. The color that I chose initially. You got your read more to go to the blog, our initial content that was put in here. I might go back and make these spaces a little bit closer. The WYSIWYG editor didn't transfer it correctly. You have the breakdown of all of the pages also down here, as well as your frequently asked questions and the footer. That's it. These sites are extremely powerful. And since this is already done, I'm going to pause this. The only thing left that we have to do is go back in here and click generate. So what this is going to do now is it's going to generate the HTML and upload it into HITCloud AI. And it is done. From here, all I got to do is go in and upload it to the cloud. So we're going to upload it here. You'll notice that this is the site that it's saying it is active on. So I'm going to click this and I'm going to choose the buckets that were preemptively set up. And you can also set up brand new buckets in here, but I just preemptively did it so I had the URL ahead of time. And then you're going to click upload, click confirm, and wait for it to give you a success message that it is uploaded, and we will be good to go. From here, we're going to grab our URL. So all I got to do is click on here. This is our site. We're going to take this URL and I want to show you exactly what the metrics are on this. And you'll notice it's a brand new site. We just set it up. It's already got a UR of 15, a DR of 92. So we have a DA of 93 and a PA of 43. Our domain authority and page authority is astronomically high. And this will start picking up links automatically. We've had some sites that within a day, it's got 20, 30, 40 new backlinks. Now, there's additional things that you can do with these URLs, from syndication of RSS feeds to submitting it to Fireburner. The sky's the limit on what you can do now with your SEO, and the advanced strategies that we'll teach you inside the training area of HITCloud AI will exponentially take this platform and this strategy and take it to a whole new level so that you can drastically decrease your overhead, drastically decrease the time that it takes you to implement your SEO strategies for ridiculous rankings, and really just blow away your clients. Not only can you do client SEO cheaper if you want to maybe absorb a new client that's going to be a really good client long term, but you wouldn't have been able to, do it for $1,200 a month previously. Now you can. If you understand the power behind what HITCloud can do and how it's going to change your business with being able to create hundreds of cloud-based sites with 50 plus pages of content, with all humanized AI content at the click of a button, and have ridiculous metrics on those websites, go to the link that's on the screen right now. You'll go through a process that will show you and ask you a few questions to show you exactly what's going to be the best plan for you. Have access to our training area and our training videos. We do live weekly webinars to get any questions answered that you may have, as well as go over more advanced strategies outside of the training area that we always upload into the Facebook private group, as well as into the training area inside HITCloud. We're going to show you more things than you probably have ever seen that you didn't know were viable in the SEO game, and really help you blow up your SEO, blow up your clients' SEO, and take you to a whole nother level of SEO and online marketing that you never thought possible. There's so many new things that we're implementing and targeting. This platform works with e-commerce platforms. It works for video. It works for local business. It works for Google My Business integration. You can create an unlimited amount of GMBs with this platform. You can do national campaigns, international campaigns. You literally can rank anything that you want and do it over and over and over and over again. There is no niches that are left off the table. You can rank in anything, anywhere, at any time with a few clicks of a button, and rinse and repeat and do the things that you know you should be doing but haven't had time to do. Pick up HITCloud AI today. Go to the link below. You will not regret it. I promise you. You're going to save so much money and time that you're going to be thanking us later. You're going to give us a testimonial, and it's going to change your life. So go to the link below. If you have any questions, just go to hitcloud.io. Ask anything that you want. We'll get back to you as soon as physically possible. And we're super excited to have you on board, and welcome to HITCloud AI. You have a blessed rest of your day. Make sure that you're always staying positive and you're being grateful. I'm going to leave you with my favorite quote. Napoleon Hill said, "Whatever the mind of man or woman can conceive and bring itself to believe, it can achieve." Go out there and make it a great day. Stay blessed. I'm Donnie Giuseppe. Peace.